welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosalie Kinsey. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you once again for being here. So in today's video, we are reading the most popular book on TikTok, Court of Thorns and Roses. I wanted to just dive into the series, however, I got scared. I got really scared. I'm just like, I want to read the first one for the week and see how I feel, and then I'll put my mental to the states of everything else. Just read the whole book behind me. And yeah, so I thought today I'll start reading this today and see how I feel. Hopefully I love it, and then I'll end up reading the rest of the series for the end of the week or next week or something like that. I don't know. Though this is quite popular, I have to say that I don't really know a lot of things about it, and I'm happy that I don't, because then it will take out from the excitement of reading it. But I don't really know a lot of things about it. I'll see like aesthetic TikTok videos on it, but like never thought that I would read it because it's a fantasy book. I never thought that I today would be in my fantasy era, so I never cared to search things about it. But read the synopsis earlier. Interested, really interested. This is about Farah. She's 19 years old. She's a huntress, and she killed a wolf. And after that, some creature arrived at her home for retribution. And I was just like, shocking. That is good. That is great. So we're going to dive in Farah's and Timlin's story, and excited and scared does not come close to the emotions I'm feeling. But let's start. I just finished chapter 3 and I am going to chapter 4, and I just wanted to come up in here and give a little update of what I just read. Nothing crazy has happened so far. It is just the beginning, but so nothing crazy has happened. However, I liked how I learned a lot about her in the first 3 chapters. I learned that she was a main provider for her family, and I learned that I really hate her sisters. Yeah, she has 2 sisters, Nesta and Elaine. Can I just say Nesta? Ooh, I hate her. I cannot deal. Nesta is just so like the whole family is ungrateful, but I kid you not, Nesta is just the worst of it all. Like, she's so ungrateful, she's so rude, just a whole personality I hate. I cannot stand that girl. I can't. In the first chapter, she killed the wolf, and in the third one, which I just finished, at the end of it, it says that there was a big enormous creature standing in the doorway. So I'm thinking this is where she get captured. So I'm going to continue reading, and once I get to page 100, I'll come up in here for little updates. Yeah, I forgot I was filming. I am literally in page 166. But yeah, in chapter 4, Timlin did come and capture her, kind of thing. Like, he did come in and capture her. Basically, it was like a deal between the high fae and the humans. Like, if you kill one of us, I get one of you guys. It's like a life for a lifetime thing, and yeah, so she just went with him, and the whole time she was going, she's like, I'm going to be their slave, they're going to end my life type thing. And when she got there, she was not treated like she was a little slave. Girl was eating good. Like, she was good. She was doing all right. And I'm sitting there like, what's going on? What's happening? This is suspicious. What's happening? Because right now I'm thinking, like, does she has power? Is she a high fae? Because it's so confusing how Temlin is so nice to her. And I'm like, she ended the life of your friend. Like, and skin him. Why are you so nice to her? I'm so confused. Like, Lucien, one of the character, I just love him so much. Like, he's so rude, but I can't help. And I'm like, I love him. His dry humor is just honestly my favorite. I love Lucien. But Lucien is basically the only person that was like kind of mean to her almost, and I felt like that was needed, because I'm like, why nobody is mean to her? Like, What's going on? My guess is, I promise you, my guess is that she has some type of power, because it does not make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, even now, her and Lucien, can I say different? Can I dare say, like, they humor each other. So I'm just like, she has to be important. That's my guess. My guess is she's important. You can tell that Timlin and her likes, like, we can tell that he likes her. And oh my god, Lucien, everything this man says, I'm just like, this is the most funniest thing. Timlin, they were sitting at a table eating. Farah was at the high fate table eating. All right, I'm puzzled as you are. But she was sitting there eating with them, and Timlin was trying to try to talk to her, and then Lucian was like, "I'm telling you, Camlin, your skill with the female has been rusted." Another thing he said, yeah, Farah basically like made a joke. Lucian says, "I might die of surprise." You made a joke, Farah. Whole time, there's just like the way that Lucian is. I'm sitting there like, I would want to have you as a friend. Like, and also his story is so freaking sad. Like, his story, it's so sad. Timlin was telling Farah about how he fell in love and his father didn't, like, he fell in love with someone who wasn't high fae, and his father was just like, nah, like, we can't have this. And they basically killed his lover and made him watch. They made him watch. It says Lucian fell in love with a fairy whom his father considered to be grossly inappropriate for someone of his bloodline. Lucian said he didn't care that she wasn't one of the high fae, that he was certain the mating bond would snap into place soon, and that he was going to marry her and leave his father court to his Kemen's brother. But his father had her put down in front of Lucian, and his two eldest brother just like hold them the whole time this was happening. Like, this, it broke my heart when I saw that. I was just like, oh my god. So I understand now he was so like, why he was so like upset when Farah came and after, you know, ending the life of his friend. I'm like, I understand now. Like, this is why he's so upset at her. Because at the beginning, I'm like, why are you so rude, bro? Why are you so rude? But now I get it. I am enjoying this book so far. Like, Sarah J. Max, babes, you did good. And the TikTok girlies, yeah. I cannot say it's going to be a 5 out of 5 for me, but I can tell you it's going to be high. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading, and I'll see you guys in another 50 or 100 pages. Yeah, see you soon. Yeah, I did something so stupid. Yes, I did. I went on I went on TikTok, and it would not have been a problem if I just went on TikTok to see something, because I went on TikTok to see the fan art of Timlin. I just wanted to see what the girlies are drawing, what he looks like. And I went down on the comment section of a video. They were just like, thankfully he did not end up with Farah. Like, thankfully Farah and Timlin did not end up together. And when I told you my heart was broken, I was like, oh my god. What happened? I was just like, I don't believe it. Let me just keep reading. And I kept reading, and I read chapter 19 to 20. I'm now in 21, and it's all coming back to me. It's true, because now it makes sense. Every little aesthetic video I've ever seen of this book, I always see one name, and that name is Rysand. I was like, oh my god, yes, it's true. I don't think they end up together. I'm a little heartbroken, because like nothing has happened between them, but you can tell that they like each other. And he had just bought her paint. He bought her paint in chapter 19, I think. Yeah, he got her paint, and like they went to see this gallery that he had at his house. They went to see it together, all of this. And I'm just thinking, this is so freaking cute. And I'm thinking this is gonna be it. But like, I forgot every little TikTok aesthetic video I've ever seen of this book, that Rysand's names always come up. Like, I mean, this was good. The fact that I forgot, it was good. But now I just finished reading chapter 20, and I think this is where she met Rysand, because this girl don't listen. She don't listen. because at the end of chapter 20, because he just saved her from something, I stepped out of the shelter of my savior's arm and turned to thank him. Standing before me was the most beautiful man I've ever seen. And I'm just like, is this him? This is him, isn't it? This is him, because I always see her, always with a man with short black hair. It makes sense, because like in the beginning, Timlin has golden hair, like blonde hair. And I was just like, oh, like I guess the fan art drew him differently. No, I was rooting for Timlin. I'm sorry, I was. Maybe he's gonna do something horrible that's gonna make me not want him to be with her. Hi, it's the next day. I stayed up up until 2 reading this book. I kid you not. I was just like so immersed in this book that I could not put it down. The last time I stood up reading a book was when I was reading The Ballad of Never After and Once Upon a Broken Heart. But Once Upon a Broken Heart I finished in one day. But The Ballad of Never After, I stayed up. I stayed up till 3 or 4 reading that book. And though I was up last night reading this, it is 7:34 a.m. and I'm up because I'm ready to read this book, to finish it today. I think the last thing I was talking about was Fire Night, which honestly, in Fire Night, I'm still confused. I was laughing but confused and concerned a little bit, because like the way that Lucien was telling her, the way that Lucien and Timlin was like, do not get out of your room. Anybody that knocks at your door, don't get out, stay in there. And then she got out, obviously, and then Rysand, his name is pronounced Rysand, because I got the audiobook and the narrator says Rysand. I was like, who on earth is Rysand? Apparently that's Rysand. The whole time I've been saying Rysand. And I was reading it last night and I kept saying Rysand and Rysand. I just flip-flop between the two. But Rysand, after he saved her in Fire Night, Lucien fired her. Lucien was like, what are you doing, you useless fool? And I'm like, this man is always calling this girl a fool. But like, he was like, what are you doing, you useless fool? If he saw you, he will take you and like meet with you. And this is not the night for lovemaking. And that's when I got a little concerned, because I was just like, wait a minute. That don't sound right, Lucien. That don't sound right at all, because like there's girls in there. There's girls in the ceremony. What's happening? Do they want this to happen? I was concerned. But after that, we found Timlin and Farah talking, and what he was saying to that girl. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Okay, I guess. Do you, babes? Chapter 24 was when she was seeing all the fairies. Farah woke up one day. She's seen all the fairies around the house that she's ever seen before. She goes to Timlin and Lucien. She's like, hey, did they just get here? Like, I've never seen them before. And Lucien is like, no, they've been here. They've been here. We just put a glimmer on them, so you wouldn't see anyone that wasn't necessary. I was embarrassed for that girl. I kid you not. I was like, oh my God, they've seen everything. The whole time I was reading this like, wait, what's happening? And I'm like, that is a little like concerning, but at the same time creepy. But at the same time, like, I get it, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, they saw her when she did every stupid little thing. Like, the only thing in my head was like, wait a minute. When she picked that, when they were eating dinner, the first few nights that she was there, and she picked that like kitchen knife, the butter knife thing she picked and put her in her little packet. I was like, oh my God, they saw that. They saw her looking stupid and hiding this, and I'm thinking she thought everything was fine. Like, oh, let me hide this, girl. It was not fine. They were seeing you. You just couldn't see them. I was like, this is embarrassing. When she ran out to the puka, is that how it's called, the puka? They saw that, and then now thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute. Did they see when Timlin bite her neck? Because he bite her neck after the fair night. They were talking. He was talking to her. He was like, hey, if it was you, I would have been gentle. The girl that he made it with, they didn't want it gentle. I was like, they heard that? They saw all of that? Had me really shocked. And then we didn't see Rysand. up until we didn't see Rasen up until chapter 32, I think, and I was okay with that because every time this man come over, I'm like, I don't like you. I mean, we only see him once, but still, I don't like him. Lucien, every time this man come up in this book, I'm like, ugh, I fold. I'm like, I just love him so much. Plus, I went on Pinterest to see his fan art. Girlies know what they're doing. Like, the scar, his eyes. If this book, honestly, if every one of the characters was horrible and I was just reading about Lucien, it would still been a 5 out of 5 for me because I just love Lucien's character. I just say he's my favorite. Chapter 25, I think this is when the story thicken or the story get deeper because Thera got drunk on fairy wine that Lucien was like, stay away from, do not drink this wine, like, don't drink this wine, Farah. And she did not listen because it's Farah. When does she ever? Babes drank the wine and she got a little loose. She was a little drunk, you know, and she's dancing. She's taking her for shoe, dancing. And it was also like the celebration. I think it's called Summer Solace. Summer. It's a party. It's summer something. Timlin was playing the fiddle, and I was like, he's a musician. Beautiful. They were dancing together and then the moonlight, and I was just picturing the perfect scene. I was like, oh my god. So this moonlight, you mean there's like the moonlight right there, you guys are dancing together and this is the best night ever. It was so good. And after that words, the shorty kiss, and I was like, ah! I was just so happy. And then the next day my happiness to shoot because that was Ryson, there he was, and I'm just like, oh. Like, apparently him and Timlin has not seen each other for 49 years, which now I'm like, how old are you? Like, you're old, but like, how old are you? Like, you know, my great grandmother age, like oh, my great. That's a little concerning, but there he was pacing me off, and I'm just like, yay. But this is when I think the depth of the story happened, because he has the power to read Farah's mind, and he was just saying her thoughts out loud, like, Timlin, she's wondering how your lips will feel on her thighs. I was like, shut up, be quiet, like, stop it. And then he was just reading her mind, and I'm like, then after he said that he's going to tell the evil queen, the vindictive queen, about Farah. And I'm like, why should I like you? Tell me one good reason why I should like you. I don't like you, my God. I don't like you. He said that Timlin was like to Farah, hey, you gotta go home, because he felt like he couldn't protect her. So he sent her home, and I was upset because on her way home, babes, on her way home, he told her, I love you. And she didn't say it back, and I was furious. Why wouldn't you say it back? Why wouldn't you say it back? Which then, if she had said it back, this book will have been done. Timlin put a glimmer on her family so they would not have remembered that he walked in the door and like took her away from the family. And so he put a glimmer, they would not remember that. And then he also told them that Farah was taking care of a sick aunt that does not exist. But like, the glimmer walked on Elaine and her father, but not on Nesta. So when she got there, Elaine is just happy. The father's happy. They're rich again because Timlin, as he said, he was taking care of them. And he really was. They were rich again. I love this man. When she got home, the sister was just like, Elaine was like, oh yeah, we've been rich, who's this, how's aunt, whatever. And then like Nesta was just Nesta, like looking at, like, everybody's like, what on earth is going on? And then come to find out, the glimmer did not walk on a little girl Nesta. She had a little redemption or whatever. Like, her character development was cute, I'll give her that. But still, it didn't work. And we like Nesta now, we do. Thera goes back because the evil queen came for Timlin and everybody else. They took them away. Because in chapter 32, we learned that Timlin was under a curse, and Alice just told Farah absolutely everything, that the evil queen had put Timlin under a curse because the evil queen was a little salty because Timlin didn't want to be with her. But So Timlin told her that he would rather get with a human, like female, than like be with her, and she felt hurt because her sister, the evil queen sister, had chose a human man over her, and that did not end up well for her sister. So she put Ryson under like a curse and said, if you could get a human thing that hates us to fall in love with you, the curse will be broken or something like that. Which is why I read this, I was so upset that Farrah didn't say like I love you back to him, because if she had said I love you to him when she was going home, the curse will have been broken. But we're going to read chapter 35. We're almost done, and I'll come back and say, when I'm done, I'll come back and say how I feel about it.
The one that's coming from your mouth, don't mean to turn it upside down, I really wanna hear you out.
You know, I've been staring at this video for the past 10 minutes trying to figure out like what's going on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna come back to it. And so, but like before that, there are those who seek me a lifetime but never will meet. And my husband says luck. I say love. My husband says luck. We're going back to the riddle. So I'm in chapter 43, and that means one more tax. This is our final tax, and she's going to be free. Like, I just know it's not going to be this easy, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm hoping that she kept her word and she freed him, because they just need a happy ending. They just really need it.
Don't mean to turn it upside down, I really wanna hear you out. I can't know how it is.
What?
To be where you so
Oh my God. Pause. What?
when I'm further my own there.
What's happening? Timlin?
Only part of it.
How would this book end? I don't think this is a thing. Is this for real? It can't
To
be.
really see something.
I am done. Oh my Lord. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. This was so good. The last few chapters was so hard and just heartbroken, but I loved every moment of it. I loved every moment, because some of the things I didn't see coming at all. I did not know that she was gonna get rescued by the 7 lords and turns into a high fae. I did not know that. I was shocked when that happened. I was like, okay, like our girl Farrah is now a high fae. Like, you deserve it, babe. You deserve it. But oh my God, when she had to kill 3 fairies and one of them turned out to be Timlin, I kid you not, I was in pain. Like, I closed the book and opened it too many times. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? I don't want to know. And when she remembered that his heart was made of stone, I kid you not, I was like, yes, yes, finally, all the eavesdroppings you did. You know, well, they wanted her to eavesdrop, but I was like, all the eavesdropping you did, it's coming in handy. Use this, babe. Use this. And then finally, she remembered. She was like, oh, yes, I can do it. I was like, yes, please. Just shove it through his heart and he won't die. He figured out the riddle. It was so sad, but at the same time, I'm like, finally, and I was right. It was love. I was right. But when she figured out, I was so sad for her, because she was dying. She just felt like everything was just done for her. And I was just like, babe, the whole reason you here, the whole reason you sacrificing yourself is love. So maybe try saying love. It's love. The answer to the riddle is love. I was like, oh, yes, it is. Yes. Yeah, it was a 5 out of 5. I'm excited to read the second one and the third one, but I don't know if I want to film it. I don't know what I want to do now. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you read this book. If I didn't understand something or I missed a detail in the book and you've read it, please let me know. I want to understand it more. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.